Hey everybody, I'm the Rest Mechanic, and today we're going to take a look at this guy. It's Newage H70 Oddball. It's their legend scale version of Warpath from the original Transformers G1 cartoon. I'm going to do a quick unboxing of this guy. He does come in alt mode in the box, so we'll start there and take a look at that. We'll do the transformation for you and then take a look at the robot mode as well as the accessories and the articulation of the figure, and I'll give you some final thoughts at the end as well. Quick shout out to Shozi Store where I got this guy from. If you are going to purchase from Shozi Store, please don't forget to use my code RUSTY at the top of their website. They've got a support your favorite reviewer box at the top of their website that you can put my code in. Doesn't cost you anything, just helps to support the channel. And please stick around at the end of the video as well if you want details on that monthly raffle that I'm having again at the end of this month in support of Kennedy's Village. This month I'm giving away MPG-09 Super Jinrai, an official Takara Tomy release that is ending their Masterpiece line and starting a new line of figures for them. So again, please stick around at the end of the video for that. And with all that stuff out of the way, let's get into it. Standard stuff from Newage for the boxing. It does have that nostalgic look, like from the original toys that we got with the grid lines on it. Some cool artwork of the actual toy, actual shots of the actual figure and toy in both modes, transformation thing on top. Cool action figure on the back. Again, I always talk about this briefly. This looks like it's that scene from where they traveled back in time through that cave. But it's the actual figure, right? So cool action shot. Anyway, let's take a look at what we get inside. There is not a lot in here, surprisingly. Set of instructions. He does come in alt mode, in a little plastic bag. There is only one accessory, which we'll look at in a second. And so there he is out of the box. It's fully painted, very reminiscent of Fans Toys Warpath. Now I can't remember the name of what Fans Toys Warpath was. Anyway, it is fully painted. The maroon and the gray are the only two colors on the figure. Very well painted, very well detailed. There are rivet lines all along every aspect of the tank, showing the armor plating, track details here as well. Is very cool with the wheels and that. This doesn't move, obviously. I'm not expecting that for a figure of this size. We've got details for the hatch, more details in the front of the tank mode as well. Again, more rivet lines and stuff and other details like another hatch here, some lights and things like that. There is articulation in the alt mode. We have pivot at the turret itself, can go around 360 degrees. The barrel also does pivot up, and as you're probably noticing as I'm manipulating this thing, the barrel does. Unfortunately, it doesn't lock into place in the alt mode. It does retract into the turret as part of the transformation, but unfortunately, it doesn't lock out in the out position for the alt mode, which is a little irritating. But otherwise, for the alt mode, I mean, this is a very nice looking alt mode, right? Again, there's even, sorry, I forgot to mention, like, there's engine details. I'll just throw it down. Engine details in the back here as well, where the vents and stuff like that. There's even like a shovel detail here at the back, which is kind of neat. Anyway, really good attention to detail from Newage for the alt mode. And just very quickly, like I mentioned, there is just the one accessory that comes in the box. Again, these weapon effects from Newage are very much appreciated, and this is simply an artillery shell being launched out of his tank cannon, obviously, with a flame effect. So a combination of three colors in this, actually. So there's the orange translucent flame effect at the base, then it's just clear translucent between the shell and the flame, and then the actual shell itself at the end. Peg right here at the base, of course, and as you can imagine, it just plugs right into the barrel. I did find this is an extremely tight fit, but it does fit in there. And then you get that, which, of course, is going to look cool in the robot mode as well. We'll take a look at that when we get to the review of the alt mode, but there it is. Robot mode's very cool, very nice details, very reminiscent of Warpath from the original cartoon. Lots of nice details, like I already talked about in the tank mode. The face sculpt is absolutely fantastic. He's got the face plate with the bright blue chrome eyes, and there's even some line details if you could see them in the face, which you remember from the cartoon. Like some of the episodes, they didn't light up, and some of them they did, but those details are their little crown piece at the top of his head, and of course the tank hatch octagon shape, if you will, and behind his head. All very cool details. Again, fully painted top to bottom. No accessories for the hands. The hands are fixed in closed fist positions, so we don't have any open hands. We don't have any, alternate hands. But I think that's pretty much par for the course from most of the Newage mini-bots. So for articulation-wise, so his head is on a ball joint, so you do get 360-degree rotation there. Shoulder can go out 90 degrees. It does rotate 360 degrees all the way around the shoulder. We do have an elbow pivot. Also have double elbow bend. Again, pretty amazing for legend scale stuff that transforms. That detail from Newage is there. We do have a waist swivel. We do have an ab crunch, almost 90 degrees. Standard Newage stuff, so they're a universal joint that they have, right, pivots inside the hip without any hip skirts, which is nice. This is a really stiff joint for some reason, but he does kick forward 90 degrees. And of course, as you could probably tell, kicks back 90 degrees. 90 degrees out for the legs, no problem at all. There is a thigh swivel. There is a slight ankle rocker. No toe tilt forward or back. Obviously, this is all fixed here. But that's it. I mean, that's really good articulation for a figure this size. You can't ask for much more than that. You're definitely going to be able to get that iconic... just manipulate him here a bit. That iconic Warpath pose, right, of him about to let loose with his primary weapon, which is the cannon in his turret chest. Right? So there you go. And again, he does come with that one accessory. So the cannon shell with the flame effect, again, just like in his all mode, this does just plug straight into the barrel like that, right? So you can get that on your shelf as well. So that's very, very cool. I do like, again, I love these blast effects that Newage includes, right? Not just the weapons and the other accessories, but that's a cool accessory that he comes with. Overall, another fantastic figure from Newage, giving us a character that we love and cherish right out of the cartoon and onto your shelf. Fully painted from top to bottom with lots of details that translate from the robot mode into the tank mode, with those rivets and details for the armor plating, the wheels and the tracks for the tracks in the alt mode, and they all just pop out in his alt mode as well. Articulation is definitely on point for a Newage figure, especially one of this size. You've got double jointed elbows, a waist swivel, a waist pivot, an ab crunch. The only thing that might be lacking is the ankle articulation. It does only have an ankle rocker in, but again, given the size of the figure, it's amazing that they can squeeze that much articulation into a figure of that size. That also has a fairly simple transformation getting from alt mode to robot mode. I will tell you that I did struggle every time trying to get it back into the alt mode, trying to remember exactly how the legs collapse and fold down together. Sometimes just didn't sit in my brain properly. properly. Again, overall, really nice figure. Single accessory that it comes with just makes it pop on the shelf when you get it there, with the flame effect with the tank shell coming out of the barrel. So I've got him over here on my shelf now. He fits in great with the rest of the collection. And if you've stuck around to the end of this video, again, I am having that monthly raffle at the end of the month, again, giving away MPG09 Super Jinrai. If you want to get involved in the raffle to support Kennedy's Village and help them bridge the gap between research and care for sickle cell disease, please check the description down below for links to my Facebook page and my YouTube page that will provide you details on the rules and how you can enter. Essentially, it's $1 per entry, and you can enter as many times as you want. 50% of the proceeds from this raffle will go towards Kennedy's Village, while the other half just covers off the cost of the figure. And at the end of the month, I'll be doing the raffle to give this figure away. So one lucky person will win this figure if we get 400 entries at the end of the month. If we don't get those 400 entries, I will just carry the entries over to April until we get the 400 entries, and then I'll go ahead and I will give the figure away. At the time of the recording of this video, we do have 210 entries so far, so we're halfway there. So we just need to push our way over the top before the end of the month, and somebody will win this figure at the end of the month. Again, thank you very much for sticking around and watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. I am the Rusty Mechanic. As always, we'll see you next time.